These three machines aren't just cars, they're road-changing secrets. Ferrari, Rivian, Toyota, time to hit the gas. First up, the 2025 Ferrari Purosangue. This isn't just Ferrari's first four-door, it's a rebellion against convention, a so-called Ferrari utility vehicle that dares to blend supercar ferocity with SUV practicality. Under its sleek hood roars a naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12, pumping out 725 horsepower and 716 Nm of torque at 6,250 RPM, with 80% of that grunt available at just 2,100 RPM. It's a symphony of power, hitting 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 3.3 seconds, with a top speed north of 193 miles per hour. The 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, optimized with a dry sump and shorter gear ratios, delivers lightning-fast shifts that amplify the V12's intoxicating wail. Its all-new chassis, with rear hinge doors for easy access and a carbon fiber roof, keeps weight down while offering 4 adult-sized seats. Active suspension and torque vectoring all-wheel drive make it handle like a sports car, defying its SUV stature. In a world of electrified crossovers, the Purosangue is a purist's dream, a thoroughbred that proves Ferrari can stretch boundaries without losing its soul. Next, the 2026 Toyota GR Corolla, a hot hatch that's less about refinement and more about raw, unfiltered fun. Powered by a 1.6-litre turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, it delivers 300 horsepower and 273 pound-foot of torque, paired with a 6-speed manual or an optional 8-speed automatic for 2026. Its all-wheel drive system, with adjustable torque splits, lets you dial in drift-happy antics or track-ready grip. The GR Corolla hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5 seconds, but it's the way it feels, nimble, aggressive, and alive, that steals the show. Wider fenders, a stiffer chassis, and upgraded suspension make it a corner-carving weapon, while subtle styling tweaks for 2026 keep it looking menacing. Inside, it's functional, with a driver-focused cockpit and just enough tech to keep you connected without distraction. Toyota's Gazoo racing team has turned a humble compact into a rallybred icon, proving you don't need a big budget to chase thrills. In a market chasing crossovers, the GR Corolla is a defiant love letter to enthusiasts. Now, let's shift gears to the 2025 Rivian R1S quad-motor, an electric beast that laughs at the idea of compromise. This SUV churns out a staggering 1,025 horsepower and 1,198 pound-foot of torque from 4 in-house design motors, one at each wheel, rocketing from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds and blitzing the quarter-mile in 10.5 seconds. That's supercar territory, but with 7 seats and up to 410 miles of EPA estimated range with the max battery pack. Its revamped suspension, new spring rates, retuned dampers, and a hydraulic anti-roll system tames its 7,000-pound frame, offering a balance of off-road prowess and on-road composure. With up to 14.9 inches of ground clearance and modes like Conserve for efficiency or Sport for thrills, it's as versatile as it is ferocious. The interior's 15.6-inch touchscreen controls everything, from climate to the new kick-turn feature, which spins the R1S on a dime, perfect for trails or tight spots. Rivian's not just building EVs, they're crafting adventure machines that outmuscle most supercars while carrying the family and their gear. What ties these machines together? They're not just vehicles, they're bold visions of what driving can be. The Ferrari Purosangue redefines luxury performance, blending V12 heritage with family-friendly space. The Rivian R1S quad motor proves electric SUVs can outrun supercars while conquering the wilderness. The Toyota GR Corolla keeps the spirit of affordable performance alive, rallying against a sea of sameness. Each one challenges the status quo, pushing boundaries in power, tech, and emotion. And here's the game-changing secret I promised. These vehicles aren't just shaping 2025, they're setting the stage for a future where performance isn't confined to one formula. Hybrids, EVs, and turbocharged terrors are rewriting the rules, and we're just getting started. If you loved this deep dive into automotive excellence, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with every gearhead you know. Keep chasing the thrill, and we'll see you on the next ride. But before we close the book on this lineup, pause for a moment and imagine the roads of tomorrow. A time when highways hum not only with the growl of combustion engines, but with the near-silent rush of electric power. Picture a Ferrari Purosangue cruising alongside a Rivian, both so different in design yet united in purpose, to move us faster, safer, and deeper into the future of driving. Think about the Corolla, not just as an affordable sports hatch, but as a torchbearer for enthusiasts who refuse to let passion be priced out of reach. These machines are more than transportation. They are symbols of human ambition, proof that engineering, when fueled by imagination, can turn steel and software into emotion and adrenaline. The true story here isn't just horsepower or 0 to 60 times. It's about how each of these cars reflects a different answer to the same question. What do we want driving to mean in a world that's changing faster than ever? For some, it's about preserving heritage, Ferrari ensuring the soul of a V12 doesn't fade into memory. For others, like Rivian, it's about forging a new path, blending sustainability with performance in ways once thought impossible. And then there's Toyota, reminding us that joy on the road doesn't have to be reserved for the wealthy. It can belong to anyone willing to row through gears and chase a corner. Every generation of car enthusiasts faces a crossroads. Once, it was carburetors versus fuel injection. Later, manual versus automatic. Today, it's gas versus electric, analog versus digital, raw versus whisper. Yet what we're learning is that the answer doesn't have to be one or the other. The future isn't about losing the past, it's about adding new chapters. When a Rivian can thrill in silence and a Ferrari can still thunder down the track, we aren't losing diversity, we're gaining it. And so, these vehicles become more than models on a spec sheet. They're markers of where we've been and where we're going. They remind us that the joy of driving is alive in many forms, whether it's the exhilaration of instant electric torque, the poetry of a naturally aspirated engine, or the playful toss of a lightweight hatchback carving through traffic. They remind us that progress doesn't erase passion, it redefines it. So the next time you find yourself behind the wheel, think about the revolution happening around you. The Purosangue carving its legacy into the luxury landscape. The Rivian showing that adventure and acceleration can coexist. The GR Corolla proving heart doesn't need a supercar badge. Together, they're not just machines, but living proof that driving is evolving, not ending. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most exciting part. The uncertainty. The endless possibilities waiting just beyond the horizon. Because in 5 years, in 10 years, the cars we've seen today may look like the first brushstrokes of an entirely new canvas, one where performance, sustainability, and soul are no longer at odds, but intertwined. So when we talk about 2025, don't think of it as a finish line. Think of it as a launch pad. A reminder that no matter how the industry shifts, toward batteries, toward hybrids, toward innovations we can't yet imagine, what ties us all together is the same thing that tied together Ferrari, Rivian, and Toyota, the desire to feel alive when rubber meets road. And that thrill? That will never die.